Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Catching Up podcast with Ananya and Katrina, two college friends who are doing their best to keep catching up while pursuing their goals and dreams.
Today, we're going to talk about an idea that we feel like was really emphasized a lot when we were growing up, and that is following your passion. Katrina is going to get us started with a quote from Jane Austen's Mansfield Park.
I am not born to sit still and do nothing. If I lose the game, it shall not be from not striving for it. So I wanted to talk about this today because I feel like following your passion is something that was really pushed a lot, at least for me growing up. I feel like whenever we were like kids and teenagers, we were just kind of taught to find our passion and then follow your passion and then like find a job in your passion. And as I've gotten older, I see a lot of issues with that idea, and I think we should talk about them. So, Ananya, do you think passion is enough to be successful?
I really feel that passion is very important to be successful at anything based on my experience. I just cannot have the drive or innovate or come up with ideas to be successful if I'm not passionate about it. But is passion enough? I really don't think so. I feel like a lot of different things matter, such as working hard. You can be passionate about something, but there's a lot of work you need to put in. And sometimes we're passionate about this podcast. We wake up early, we make this work no matter what plans we have. And so I feel like a structure, hard work, and also being around right group of people is so important to be successful. What do you think?
I would agree. I feel like, at least when I was growing up, the way I interpreted passion, I think the way many of us interpreted passion was that you just like have to enjoy doing something. But like, I enjoy doing my hobbies. Like, I enjoy crocheting. You can't make money crocheting. Like, I feel like there was this big emphasis on passion, but there was not an emphasis on like all of the other things that you talked about. And I think it came from a place where like the people who were teaching us and like the generation that came before us were taught to be very like practical in their careers, and I think a lot of them might have regretted not doing things that they enjoyed more, and so that kind of translated to, oh, you should follow your passion. But I think it was not the whole picture.
I agree. Like there needs to be a balance. And also sometimes there are several things going on simultaneously. It's not just one thing. There are things that you're not passionate about that are going on. And sometimes you have to do those things to achieve what you're passionate about. And so there's always a road to do what you're passionate about, but not always just feeling nice or just feeling motivated the whole time. Sometimes you have to put in effort and do things that are hard or do things that you don't like to get success or succeed in your passions.
Yeah, I feel like it was a bit of a romanticized view of your passion. Like you said, like say you're passionate about a sport and you become a pro athlete, like you still have to do all of the training that sucks all the time. And like playing the game is like a tiny little piece of the actual job. Um, so yeah, I think it, like I said earlier, like I think it is a romanticized view that was kind of taught to us. And so how do you think we can differentiate between something that we enjoy and something that we're passionate about can actually make a career out of?
Um, I definitely feel like if there's something that we enjoy, there's passion in it because we are curious about it and we want to do more, learn more. And of course, if you're enjoying something, you want to keep doing it. But when it comes to careers, sometimes it takes a lot more. You can't make a career out of crochet. Maybe you can, but it can be the first step into the career. And I feel like you can't always have a career out of things you're passionate about. There's definitely a road to it. Can you pursue it on the side? Yes. But can it be a final thing? It definitely depends upon what kind of passion you have. And I feel like people in arts usually struggle with it. Like people who are passionate about coding, kudos to you. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna have a
you can
good
make money off of
career
that.
and yeah, you can make good money out of it, but like art is very hard. I remember when I was a child, I loved painting, and I told my mom, like, I want to go to an art school and I want to
You are
paint.
very good at painting.
And thank you. And I just was so demotivated because everyone was around me was like, try selling your paintings. And I tried it and I saw how hard it was to make money. And then also with time, I'm like, I'm passionate about writing, I'm passionate about reading, I'm passionate about eloquence, but it was just so hard to make a career out of it. So I feel like it depends upon what kind of passion you hold. And then also you can have different passions. And so some of them can lead to your hobbies that you can do on the side. And then some of them can actually get you money.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like there are times when, like for me, for example, my job is in like data and analytics, and I didn't really enjoy the things I did in class, like coding and just like all of the projects that we did. Like I did them because I had to and like they were okay. But like eventually when I started to actually get good at it and like figure out how to solve things and like kind of start to see everything as a puzzle, like I actually started to enjoy it. So I think that just because you're not passionate about something at the beginning does not mean that you won't enjoy it and that you won't be passionate about it later. And so I think potentially like having things that are not super fun at the beginning, but that you can actually enjoy and make that into a career.
I completely agree. And that's why I feel like you can be successful in things you're not passionate about because you can find a way around. You can find things within that one task that you enjoy doing. And I feel like even that if you're consistent and dedicated to that one thing, you can be successful. And passion doesn't have to be towards just one thing, it can be several things at one point of time. I think I'm a person and I pursue like different things at the
Mhm.
same time. Like throughout my day, I'm doing my artwork, I'm doing my job, I'm coming home, I'm cooking, and I love cooking too. And so I'm doing so many different things. And so I feel like you can fill your day like that and feel full hearted, even while you're doing things that you're not passionate about.
Yeah, I would agree.
Do you think our passions can change over time? And can you talk a little bit about things you considered passions in the past that are not there anymore for you?
I definitely think your passions can change over time. Like if you had asked me even like 3 or 4 years ago if I would be doing what I'm doing for work and enjoying it, I'd probably be like, absolutely not. And I think growing up, the things that I thought I was passionate about were definitely more like hobby oriented. Like I played piano and I started to get into like composing music through that for like some class projects and I really enjoyed that, but like you can't get paid well for that. And then I also like enjoyed crocheting and sewing and like still enjoy all those things. But I think when I was younger, I was like looking for a passion and so anytime there was something like that that I enjoyed, I was like, "Oh, this must be a passion." Like I need to there was like so much pressure, I feel like external pressure from like school and things like that to find your like career and whatever major you wanted to do in college. And I feel like I was just like looking for a passion that I could be like, "Oh, this is my passion," and just like follow that. And so I think that kind of ended up manifesting itself in like, oh, my hobbies are my passions. Um, but I do think they change over time for sure. What about you? Do you think passion changes over time?
I feel like I've always been passionate about studying and making money. And so I've had like my passion, I've had constant passion always. I did have multiple hobbies and I feel like I still feel equally passionate about them. S- the drive is somewhere killed because of the pressure, like you mentioned, for sure. Sometimes there's just so many expectations and pressure, and then sometimes thing you're passionate about, it's just not there anymore because you feel like you're not good enough because of the pressure. So I feel like it did kill a drive for a little bit, but if I go back to it now, I feel like I would still feel the same joy. But I feel like I also have added so many more passions because I love exploring and just finding new passions for myself. And so it definitely has added on, but it hasn't changed a lot. Sometimes I do feel the pressure and kills the drive for a little bit, but it comes back to me wholly and completely always.
I do think what you said about pressure is kind of important because something that I have also realized is that just because you enjoy something and you think you're passionate about it, whenever you have to do it for work, it could totally like kill your drive for it. So, for example, like I said, I enjoyed music composition when I was younger in high school, and I ended up doing a few class projects for music composition. And then once I realized like I had to do it, I was like, "Oh, this isn't fun anymore." And so I think just because you enjoy it, once the pressure hits and you have to do it, I think that can totally change your perception of your what your passion is.
I agree. So do you think we should like completely keep our passions and career separate so there's never this pressure and it can always be our safe space and always something we can come back to and enjoy? While career definitely has all these expectations and pressures, and it's always going to have it because you run after promotions or you run after just getting results. It's just so result oriented that do you think it's a bad idea to mix passion and career?
I think it depends on the passion. Like I don't fully know the answer to that question yet, but I think if something that you're passionate about is what you do to like help you relax. So for me, that would like be hobbies. For you, it might be like painting or something. Whenever it's something that helps you relax, and then suddenly now you have to do it, and now there's a lot of pressure on it. I feel like for me, like the things that help me relax, I enjoy them because they help me relax. And then if I like had to do them, and then there was like a lot of pressure, like I'm not relaxing anymore, and so I think that would take a lot of the joy out of them. And so I think things like that I think should be separate, but there are also things that I enjoy, that like I enjoy like fixing problems and like solving puzzles and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
in my job. And I enjoy that because there's pressure and there's a challenge. And so I think differentiating between like what helps me relax and what do I actually enjoy the pressure from is useful.
It almost makes me think like all of these successful people we hear about, they're like work is life, life is work. They love their work so much that
Hmm.
they just don't want to do anything else. And I feel like they're just like so passionate about work that they are successful about it. But then I feel like, what do they do to relax then? Like,
That's a good question. I feel like I am somewhat in that group where like sometimes it's hard to relax because some of the things I enjoy doing are just like working all the time or like challenging myself and like pushing myself to see like what I can accomplish. And sometimes relaxing is like, oh, I'm not doing anything. Like, so
yeah.
I fall into that group, but I don't know what you would do to relax. Maybe like hobbies like I mentioned earlier, but yeah.
They just don't relax. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like
And that's why
sometimes
they
those
go
challenges
by
can
the
be
table.
relaxing, right?
Right.
Like if you're enjoying your work and you don't want to stop, like, and then you stop and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, like I'm not having fun anymore.
Yeah. Oh my God. So is that a key to success? Not
Like
being able
in
to relax? Not being
um
able to relax
I
and
would
just
say
take
that's
on challenges?
probably that's probably not a
I
healthy
think it
way
could be
to go
true.
about it.
Yeah, but I feel like it could be true. I think I'm a
Potentially.
workaholic too, and
We both are.
I
I
feel
know we
like if
both are.
that's the key to success, we're gonna be successful.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're also workaholics because we kind of enjoy it, right?
You're right. Yeah. So we're
Like you
passionate
enjoyed
about being
studying.
busy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes sense. Um, how do you stay connected when times get really hard, you get super, super busy? How do you stay connected with your passion? Are you still connected with like crocheting or like making your music? Do you try to do it at times, or is it like ebb and flow, or are you constantly pursuing your passions?
I feel like it is ebb and flow. And also at the same time, constantly pursuing it because I just have different ones in different domains. And so, like, say I'm working on um, some kind of like business idea or something, and that is going to take a lot of my energy. Like that's a passion. I'm not like relaxing with that, but at the same time, I'm like not going to have time to go sit and crochet and watch Netflix. Like, so I think I'll trade off like between them sometimes, but usually I'm trying to pursue one or the other. What do you think? What about you?
I think waking up 4 a.m., I've been trying to pursue my hobbies a lot because I feel like I need to like fill my cup before I go out and fill someone else's. So I'm just like getting hands-on, connected with my hobbies. And I feel like that's a way for me to meditate too, because my brain has like no thoughts when I'm doing making art or just like trying to do something that I enjoy. Work can be so stressful. So like before going to work, I try to do a lot of stuff that I enjoy. And I've started waking up at 4 a.m. only so that I can spend time with myself.
Hmm.
But at the same time, I feel like if there are people who don't have 10,000 passions and they're not waking up early, but they're going to work and they're feeling happy, I think they can still be successful and they could still be called passionate people, but we just need to invite one of them and talk to them like how's life for you?
Yeah. I think we just have
Because
too many
I'm not it.
passions that we're like,
I feel like we both
yeah,
have too many
we have too
passions
many
that
and we're trying to
it's
balance
yeah,
all of them and we can't do them all at
yeah,
once. And then we're like, oh, I'm not doing this one. So that means I'm not doing good enough
yeah.
or something like, yeah.
Yeah, oh, I definitely think if I don't pursue all of my hobbies and passions, I feel like I'm just not doing good enough. And we definitely need to invite someone and see life from their perspective.
Yeah.
What it feels like to not have 10,000 different hobbies and just like wake up at 10 a.m., go to
Yeah.
work,
I
come
think
back at 5
we're so
and
used to
sleep
being like
again.
so busy and then we just like have a hard time picking one thing and
Yeah,
like turning all the other things off. Like they're always like in the
yeah,
back of our mind, but
yeah.
we got to work on that.
Yeah. Like are we more relaxed because we're doing things for ourselves or are they more relaxed or just not doing anything and just
Yeah.
living?
Yeah. And I guess how do you define relaxed too? Cuz like that could
Right.
it could be different for everybody, maybe. Or maybe we're just like gaslighting ourselves into thinking that
I
we're
know and like
relaxed.
I feel like I don't know social media too, is it like pressuring you to pursue your hobbies and is it a good thing or is it a
I think
bad
I would do it
thing?
anyways. Like, and
Right.
I think you
Okay.
would do it
That's a good
anyways
answer.
too.
And now that I think about it, when I did not have phone and social media, I was still the same person that I am today, and I would do like 100 things. And it's also curiosity. Like
Yeah.
some people are just intrinsically so curious that they want to do things and learn more about themselves and just like keep learning.
Yeah. And
So it
like
could be part
try
of
new
personality
hobbies.
too. Could passion be part of personality? Like there are people who are passionate and there are people they're just not. They don't care, and that's personality.
Maybe I think passion can be part of personality, like in a different way where like you have skills or like little tasks that you enjoy that are just like part of who you are. So like you and me both just like really enjoy pressure and like a challenge and
Yeah.
like having to like live up to something and like perform. Um, and that's like part of our personalities. And so I think that could also like you could also look at passion in terms of like personality traits versus like an industry or a career or a hobby or something like that.
I like it. Yeah. Um, I think we should talk about how one can find passion just because we have so many, or maybe we're confusing hobbies with passion. And even if we are, we should talk about how one can find passion in life if they're missing one or if they're feeling lost. Let's start with you.
I think trying new things is probably the like first place to start. Um, I mentioned this earlier, I think, but like the career that I'm doing right now and the job I'm doing right now in data and like coding and stuff like that, like I did not think I would enjoy that until I tried it. And I didn't try it because it was intimidating to me at first. and I didn't think I was the kind of person to like code or who would be good at it until I tried it. And now I enjoy it. So I think trying stuff first and just like trying a lot of different things.
I completely agree with that. At university, I added so many different majors and changed so much what I wanted to do. And I almost added like computer science and then studio arts and creative writing. And I feel like just exploring, when I graduated, I just felt really satisfied with the two degrees I had. Like there were no regrets there. I wanted econ and marketing. And I feel like that satisfaction came after trying everything and knowing I did what was best for me.
Yeah.
So I feel like trying is always the best way. And push yourself. Push yourself and wake up early or go to bed late if that works for you. But at least try to do one different thing in a day and see if you like it. And once you like it, I promise you're going to do again and again, again and again. You're going to keep coming back to it.
Yeah, and I think the nice thing about the world we live in is that we have like the internet, and if you want to go learn how to do something, you want to like do like woodworking or something, like you can go online and like find tutorials on it and learn about it without having to
Yeah.
like, because you said like you were exploring things through college, but like you don't have to be in
Yeah.
college and like taking classes. You can literally just look it up online.
Just because I feel like we are always doing same kind of stuff all the time. I've seen that there's a lot of collective passion, like the people you flock around. Do you think our friendships are formed because of our passions?
I think a little bit. I think passions are a good way for us to like find things in common. Like you and I both have a lot of similarities, and like I got you into crocheting. Like we just like have a lot of the same hobbies and passions, I think. So it's definitely a good way to like connect. Um like I think we're hoping to some at some point do like a little like crochet episode where we just like
I know. I also feel like it could be good to be friends with people who are not like you so you can like learn more too. And I feel like
yeah.
what you just mentioned, the top I made recently was my first time crocheting, like a big thing. And I feel like just because I've been around people who are doing things that are different than mine is a good way to learn more and find things that you can love. And so maybe friendships could be things that you share, but also things that you don't know about and you don't like agree on, and then you can learn more.
Yeah, I agree. I think I also have like gotten into watching like sports or shows or
Yeah.
something like through different people. So I
Yeah.
think yeah, finding people with different interests and hobbies and passions is a good way to like expand your horizons. Well, this has been the Catching Up podcast with Ananya and Katrina. Thanks for catching up with us, and we're looking forward to catching up with you next week. But before you go, Ananya is going to close you off with a quote also from Jane Austen's Mansfield Park.
How wonderful, how very wonderful the operations of time and the changes of human mind. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.